practical tips in learning contentment while you're in a season of waiting for the Lord to answer your prayer?
One more time, bro.
What are some practical tips in learning contentment when you are in a season of waiting for the Lord to answer your prayer?
Contentment, for one, is perspective. I think we get so caught up on the act of waiting versus the blessings of waiting, right? So what helps me become content is being proactive in the season that I'm in. First, accepting the season. Number one step is accepting it. You know, God is immutable. He's not going to change. God, if this is your season for waiting, you're begging your tears. He may have a jar for your tears, but he'll keep stacking them jars until his timing is there. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean he doesn't love you. He just knows more than you know. That's why you have to self-examine your hearts when you pray. Because when you hear what you say, even if you record your prayers, that may be a thing. Let me record my prayer time to see what I'm asking. And to see if what I'm asking is based upon my maturity level in receiving. Contentment with godliness is great gain, the Bible says, because, God, I trust you in your timing. Practically, find your purpose, man. Like, write a book, you know what I'm saying? Produce, look around. See, I think the best way to advance is to look around instead of looking ahead. When you look around, you say you have more to be thankful for, but if you always look ahead, you begin to see what you don't have. So in order to advance to grow in where you planted in this season, it's best to say, you know what, God, I'm gonna be thankful for what's around me, because it could have been worse. Most of us, we miss our opportunities of the blessings of contentment by always looking ahead, saying, okay, man, if I only had her, if I only had him, if I only had that. You're so forward looking that you're missing out on what you do have or the faithfulness of how God has been to you now. So the best way to help you in your contentment is to change your perspective of how you see this season. Right? So all of us have groanings and upsetness when it comes to this season, but we have to say, God, I have you in this season. You're here. That's the greatest gift. And I think we missed out. I don't want to live a life, then die. And God's like, we could have been better. Like our relationship could have been better. Like who bewitched you? Who hindered you? Who kept you from seeing me as your joy? And I think we're in the presence of the Lord, there's the fullness of joy. Meaning that when I'm always in his presence, my joy is full. Why do I got to go to his presence early? So that my joy can be full for my day. Because my day is going to give me things going to be shooting at my joy. But I got to make sure it's full every day. And I got to be in his presence and say, God, man, could it be that the reason why we're not there is because we're not appreciative of here? Could it be that the reason why there keeps getting extended and pushed down that way is because we're not really maturing here? Like God is like, I'm giving you here for a reason. Like the off season is very important when it comes to sports. Off season is pivotal. Right now, you see the results of people's off season because you begin to see people breaking down, athletes getting hurt, people not conditioned, people coming to season. And God's like, look, about time you get to where you want to be. I need you to be conditioned for that. In order to be conditioned to execute at a high level for your call, you got to be content with practice. You got to be content with development. You got to be content with this season because everything works out for your good to them that are called, them that love God and called according to his purpose. First off, those are two prerequisites before everything being worked out for your good. Number one, you have to love God. Then you got to be executing what you are called according to his purpose. Because when you're in love with God and you're called according to his purpose and you executing it, things work out for you. But you got to ask yourself, do I honestly love him? Am I really pursuing my purpose for him? Because if I'm not, things are good. Listen, the children of Israel, 40 years. 40 years for an 11-day trip, 11 days. 40 years. That's like going around 45 for 10 years. And you see your exit, but you just say, nope, nope, nope. And you keep going around that loop. That's what a lot of people are doing. But God, why haven't you delivered me? And God's like, cloud by day, fire by night. Manna, I was there the whole time. You just didn't want me to lead. And when you let God lead, you'll say, God, I'll sit here however long at your feet. I'll be content because God, listen, you're talking to a guy who asked big. Faith. Faith, boy. I'd be like, God, give me stadiums, Lord. Oh, God, I want to preach to the masses, God. I want, and God's like, that's big leagues, boy. Are you conditioned for that? Are you even ready for what you're asking for? God, I think I can give it to LeBron right now. Give me a ball, I'll drop. I'm over here talking like LeVar Ball right now. I can beat Jordan in his heyday. We get so caught up in because it looks easy. But it ain't easy. Because LeBron can tell you it's hard up here. It's not easy executing at a high level. And God's like, you better actually hold on to this season long as you can. Because them kids going to 6th grade next year, I be looking at them like, y'all ain't ready for middle school. Elementary is such a soft and easy place. Everyone loves you. You get to go to the toy box anytime. You get suckers. I'll slip you a Snicker every now and then. That's why they come to me. That's why they love me. But 6th grade ain't gonna be like that. You got lockers now. High school. You got class schedules, man. College. Like God is like, look, man. Contentment's like elementary. You better enjoy it now. Because when it's time to execute, you got a wife now, you got kids now, you can't stop your YouTube now because your ministry popping now. Now it's time to see it's time for you to put up or shut up now. And contentment is hiding you, protecting you. That season of isolation, that season of purging is protecting you from a place of, wow, I didn't know it's going to take all that. Everyone asked me about ministry, I said, man, pray a little bit longer. Pray 6 more months. Pray 9 more months. Take another year. Because once you in. And when you go, it's time to go. That's why I do not look at a season with so much anticipation that you don't really audit that season to find out what really comes with that you want. When you audit it, some people want to be married. I bet you there's a bunch of. We can have 10 married couples on a panel. They'll be like, wait. Wait. All I'm gonna say, wait. They're like, that doesn't mean they don't enjoy it. It just says it looks so good over here, but once you're in it, there's more that comes with it. Some people's perspective of the next season is partial. When people look at marriage, they're looking at the sex, they're looking at the companionship, they're looking at a home. They're looking at the good things. They don't look at the son. You better take out the trash, wash the dishes. There's things you got to think about as far as don't let the sun go down on your wrath. There's some spiritual, emotional, and physical things you have to be able to help that thing navigate. That's what I'm going through. I have to make sure I understand that stuff because that stuff will hit you in the mouth. Now, who's been married? People can tell you that it's not easy in the next season. But the off season is meant for you to be conditioned for it. Practical ways, number one, change your perspective on it. Audit what you're really asking for. And ask yourself, am I even prepared for it? Number two, what's number two? Number two, you got to transfer your desires into desiring God more. What I mean by that, you got to say, I got to transfer my desires from desiring marriage too much over here. Ask yourself, why is my heart idolatrous? Why am I idolizing this? Why when I wake up, this is on my mind? Before I go to bed, this is on my mind and not God. Like, whatever bombards your mind more than, I'm not saying that you got to be all running through lilies and twirling with God. I'm not saying you got to be all infatuated. But there should be the beginning of your day and the end of your day. That should be reflection moments, time with God moments. Because when you wake up, if a care is on your mind, you got to say, God, I'm going to cast this to you. At night, if there's a care, I'm going to cast this to you. Our days are messed up and our sleeps are messed up because we go down to sleep and wake up with cares, concerns. So contentment is one of those things where you just say, God, thank you for protecting me, because if it was your time, God would have moved. That's what lets me know when it's my time, ain't no devil in hell can stop it. But if it stopped, it's not because of the devil. It's either because of God or me. I hope that helped. Thanks, bro. Next question. Did that help? That make sense? Okay, cool.